Chuck with Traders War Room, and I'm back at you with another video. And guys, it is your Tweaky Tuesday video. And remember, the structure that we're using for videos going forward is that we're going to focus more on charts on Tuesdays and Thursdays, with Tuesday being a little heavier on the penny stock portfolio, and Thursdays will be more focused on lotto picks for going into Friday. But I got a fantastic video for you. Real quick, I want to really focus on what I got going on in the server. And we did a whole bunch of changes, and I want to share this with you real quick. So give me a moment real fast. I'm going to share my screen here. And this is our storefront. Okay, this is where you can go and you can get all the premium platforms that Traders Worm has to offer. And we have truly something for everyone, guys. And it's a great opportunity for beginners, intermediate, advanced traders, and investors to come onto the program and get something that fits their particular trading style. And I want to show you guys what we have going on currently. I changed some things in the new year. So basically right now is one of our highest popular ones that's becoming popular in 2024. A lot of people are starting to pay attention to the penny stock, is the TWR penny stock alerts on Telegram. It's only $10 a month. It's basically anything moving and shaking that's under 20 bucks. And it's really, geared towards high volume, catalyst, and just the stuff that the penny stock world and over the counter has to offer, as far as really just kind of shaking and baking. Next is the text message alerts. And guys, we've absolutely been killing it on the text message alerts. And a lot of people love the text message alerts. And actually, I have quite a few. I would say about 60% have both the text message and the Discord. And the reason being is they use the text message to supplement their Discord, because sometimes it's just, a chore, especially when you don't have a lot of time to hop onto an aggressive platform and follow along. And, sometimes, if you're in a meeting or something, but the meeting is kind of slow, maybe you got some opportunity, or, you're doing, some sort of Teams meeting, right? Some training, and you still want to trade and whatever while you're on some downtime. Text message alerts are fantastic for that. And even if you just go strictly with the text message alerts, guys, if you see some of the alerts we've been pushing out here recently, a lot of money's there for the taking on the text message alerts. So check it out. Now let's go ahead and get into our flagship, which is the Discord. I changed it up, guys. Before I just had one platform. It's called the TWR All Access, but we added so much into the Discord, and we truly made it a one-stop shop, man. I mean, I put something for everyone. If you can trade it, if you can follow it and invest in it, we have it on the platform. So I created the TWR Basic Discord, and you can get that for $20 a month. I'll come back to the instant message alerts platform. We got the Pro, which you can get that for $40 a month, and you got the Elite, which you can get for $60 a month. The Elite comes with a 3-day free trial, so you can check it out, but you get everything. All right. And when I say everything, we have an aggressive platform. Okay. All my TWR market warriors, you guys already know what's up. Basically, I like to say, and I like to use the analogy, it's like going from driving in a country road to a major city like Chicago or New York. All right. It's busy. All right. I mean, it has something for everyone on there. And if you're looking to make serious money and you're a for real trader looking to really maximize on potential, the Elite is where you want to be at. If you're looking for some alerts to get some money and, kind of communicate with, some fellow, traders and investors and stuff like that, the Pro is probably where you want to be at. And if you're kind of newer getting in there, you just kind of want to see what's going on with, some alerts that make some money, some signals that make some money and stuff like that. The Basic is something that you should probably look into. But I'm telling you, the Elite, man, I mean, you might as well take the 3-day trial, right? It's a 3-day a free trial. You don't even got to pay for it. You can just hop in there, take the 3-day trial, try it out. And if you like it, you stay, start the subscription. And if you don't like it, hey, thank you for your service. Come back. Hopefully, we'll see you on a Pro or a beginner service, or maybe on the text message or the instant message. Now, let's go to the instant message. So, we used to have, it was just the Discord, but we got a lot of people that got they wanted something that was less aggressive, didn't have as many dings and pings and so much to navigate. So I created the instant message platform on Telegram, which gives selected alerts from the Discord. Me and my manager, we pick the analyst that we want to push into the Telegram, we also have a specific algo that is strictly for the Telegram alerts. So you get some of the Discord stuff, but you also get a proprietary algorithm that pushes out alerts as well for the Telegram, and those come directly from me. And so we created this because it's two channels, man. You get a chat channel that you can also chat and utilize some TA and DD bots that we have in there, or you can get the alert channel and you can just get the less noise, just alerts type of atmosphere right there. So two channels right there. You get them both, and you can pick and choose whether you want them both or whether you just want the alerts, so on and so forth. But it's less noise, more alerts, and the people that get overwhelmed with all the dings and pings, they usually like the instant message platform. And so that's basically what I got going on. Now, I don't want to bore you with anything else. At the end of the video, we'll talk about some of the other stuff we got going on, like our merchandise line and some of the social media stuff that we have going on, some business notes. But for right now, let's go ahead and get into it. And so I'm going to go ahead and share my main screen. All right, so you guys should be looking at my main screen. So right here, I'm using the screener, and we're going to go ahead and start off with the 2024 penny stock portfolio scan. All right, this is something that I created off of some criteria that I deem that's a good criteria for looking at penny stocks and stuff like that. And so basically, what I like to do is I like to always aggregate for the position of change. I want to see what's been moving and shaking, and then you can always, excuse me, go to the bottom and see what's kind of tanked, right? And so you want to look at, kind of some things. Now, it's important to understand that when we're looking to build a penny stock portfolio, all right, this is different than trading it, okay? Yes, are we essentially trading a penny stock portfolio? Yeah, sure. But we're also looking at a longer swing type of mentality, right? We're looking more for a 2x, 3x, or maybe even a long hold into the end of the year. So we might take some bumps and dumps along the way and average in, on some good solid names, as long as they have some catalyst, they have a pipeline that makes sense, and they got some things that forward looking look bullish and look good for the company going into this particular year. And so I like to use this scanner that I have. As you can see today, it brought up 41 results. And we're just looking here, and we can use these spark lines to kind of see what happened on the day chart. This right here is giving us what happened on the month. We don't really want that. Let's go ahead and look at the 5 minutes, see kind of what happened here. You can see on the day, this wasn't a bad trade on the day, kind of flagging. This might be something we want to pay attention to looking into tomorrow, because we popped up from the 50s, we went all the way up into 80s, and we kind of held in the 60s, flagging and consolidating mode. So if the news on this one is pretty decent and we have some momentum, we could easily get the push and go retest those previous highs of the day. When we push out, let's go into the weekly, we notice that we're at the bottom, and we've been holding this bottom for a while. We're definitely off the lows, which gives us an opportunity to think that potentially we could see a bounce. And then we pop up a little bit, and we notice that we have some levels where, we potentially can see, I wouldn't, going here and thinking that this is going to run to $5 anytime soon is kind of being a little too aggressive. But, we're looking for the 2x. So, a dollar, maybe $1.25 from current levels is definitely in the realm, all right, of conversation, especially if the news is good. So we're going to go ahead and click on this. And I like to do this because this way we can go ahead and hop in here, and we can actually look at kind of and see what is going on, because I want to see the analysis on different things. I like to look at the analysis. Notice I got my tickers that I'm looking at. I got my lines, my EMAs, my volume profile. Everything stays the same. But I want to look at, when I'm looking at portfolios, I want to look at the analyst details. And these are just giving quick ideas, all right? Basically, it's kind of giving you a thing. If you got some buys and holds and stuff like that, from analysts, these analysts, what they do is their entire life is analyzing particular stocks in a particular sector and making calls for different type of brokerage firms or different type of institutions and stuff like that. So they usually know a little bit more than we do, or they kind of feel the stock out a little bit more. And so when you see some of these analysts giving this not a, buy and a hold and stuff, and you don't see a majority of them putting the underperformer sell, then you're like, okay, maybe this is something I should pay attention to. And then you start looking at the prices that they're giving them. And at current price 66, maybe 350 is being a little too aggressive. 194 might even be a little aggressive on the average, but we definitely have room to go. So this is something I would definitely be looking at tomorrow for a potential to get into 100, 200 shares and hold it and see what happens to it. Looking for the 2x for the $1.25 on this one. So that'd be where I'd be looking at. And the chart doesn't look too bad either when we're looking at it off of this. We're going to go into the 4-hour chart though on these particular stocks, just so we can have a good look see on what's going on inside bar on the 4 hour as well. So we even got some triggers we can create if we wanted to create some triggers off it. So we could always go off of previous price action, just right there. So 66 would be our trigger to the downside. And then 72 be triggered to the upside unless you just went ahead and just got in that market. FGen. Now we played FGen before. FGen looks like I mean, this one looks really nice. What we're looking at when you look at FGen, notice this, okay? Why? When you look at FGen, so oops, there we go. So we're making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, and we're looking like a potential that we want to go ahead and break out of this. So this one looks really good. Typically, when it comes down to its meat, right, we see the push back up, and then what happens after it breaks, right? How far is our break usually? So we get to here, we'll go look at this from basic price action thing. That's 57 to about 68, so about a 10-cent move, right? To about 75, about 10-cent move. This one was a big break here. Price action here, about 92. So that was a little bit more than a 10-cent move. So now we're starting to actually increase in the volume and the percentage. So we're looking at about a 10 to 15-cent move once we break out on this one. So I like this one for a move. I think it'd be a good opportunity to get into this one. This is another one we'll go ahead and pay attention to tomorrow on the sheet. DTIL, not interested off the chart. Looks like we're coming down. All the price action is towards the bottom too. Pretty much we got a gap from here to here with not much price action, which will give you a pretty clear indication of just coming straight back down here. So this one's probably going to fail. This one doesn't look too bad. Got some sideways moving. If we can hold these levels here, potentially looking for the break. Got a nice little push, 57 to a potential push up here in the 65s. So about a 10-cent move on this one. This would be all right. SGMO. I wonder what's on the. Oh, this one looks really good. Look at that. 9 analysts got an average price at 3, high target at 8. Yeah, this would be a decent one to get into. 50 cents. Yeah, buy yourself 500 shares of this one. Hold this one for the long and look for an exit at about 110. You come out 75%, leave 25% to run, and it's all profit, and then move your stop loss to 75. And that's all money right there. That's the easy one. So SGMO, that'll be definitely one that we pay attention to tomorrow. So I'm going to go ahead and start. I'm going to create a watch list actually. What's today? What's today? What's the one? 9? 9 Jan? All right. Where are we at? All right. So rinse one that we're paying attention to. We're going to go ahead and add to the watch list. Penny idea? All right. FGen, we like that one. We're going to go ahead and add that one. And we like this one. All right. All right, good. All right. Now I'm looking for 5, right? Well, you guys know I like to roll with the 5-3-1 method, right? Focus on 5 stocks. We're looking for 3 reasons why to push to buy, and then we look for 1 reason why or 1 strategy to exit. So we're looking for 5 more. Amron. Ooh, this one looks like we're breaking out. Chart looks good. Look at this. Chart looks good. Looks like potential. If it has the news, this is one of those important ones. Analysis. We got one that's underperformed though. That gives me a little worrisome. But we're looking like we could get a double. It has five. I don't now I'm starting to think a little bit about this Amber statement of charges benefit owners. What happened to Amber last week? I don't see anything really. Well, this is one that we could pay attention to as we wait. Oh, it's because they take a stake, a capital stake in it. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Not really something. What we'll do is we'll add it to the watch list, but this one's just gonna be a watch. Gross. This one could be interesting. Has a nice chart potentially if we can hold this area and don't fail. This kind of cup that you're seeing, right? And the handle starting to form. If we can hold this and pop to the upside, this looks good. Not bad. 11 analysts. All right, we're looking at a potential. This one's a good one right here. Look at this. We could, yeah, I like this one. Yeah, go ahead and look at that one. All right, and we'll do one more. This one I already like this one anyways. We're getting an inverse cup on this one, but typically, when we see this, we could easily see, depending on the news, we could see the pop. Now it's had this huge drop, right? All the way down. So if the news kind of settles off of this knee-jerk reaction, I think this is probably more knee-jerk reaction here and we start to get some volume coming in. Look at all this quick shooting up that we can see from people slapping the ask. Okay, we can see a huge shoot up going back up to the top. Okay, so we'll add this one as well. I like this one too, so we'll go ahead and put this one in there. All right, and that's what we'll focus on for the penny stock portfolio. So you guys see it first. So if you guys are part of the penny stock TWR platform, you guys will see these type of alerts coming out if I get into them or not. You'll also see a whole bunch of news catalysts as the market flows, man. It's a pretty impressive thing once you see it to really watch one of these platforms perform because the value that you get from just the information alone far exceeds its dollar cost to be part of it, in my opinion. But I'm a true trader and investor, so I look at everything as a cost-based ratio and stuff like that. So I definitely like that one. All right, let's come back out. Okay, let's get into a scan. I'm gonna select another watch list because these are going to be the stocks that we're going to pay attention to. um, we'll call it big boys for 9 Jan. All right. And while we're here, let's go ahead and look into crypto real quick because crypto has a lot of names popping up with this ETF coming up. Got a lot of names coming up. So we want to pay attention to a little bit of crypto. You could see it was kind of interesting, man. I pushed something on the X platform earlier because CNBC had a breaking news. The SEC, approves the spot BTC ETF. And so, but that was all the news that they had. So I pushed it out there and I was just like, hey, breaking news and stuff. No sooner than like an hour later, than the SEC comes out and say, "Hey, our account was hacked and all this other stuff, and our bad, blah blah blah." So it was kind of a BS thing. Typically, though, what happens is when news like that is broken, it's usually not like a hack per se. It's someone hears some rumblings and they have access to the thing and they go ahead and whistleblower essentially, and they go ahead and push the button and get the information out there, right? So I would not be surprised if that's kind of a precursor to this thing actually happening and so on and so forth. Let's go ahead and look into this real quick. Let's see what BTC is doing. You can see when we look at BTC, let's look at how it performed when that happened. All right. You can see what happened. You can see it right here. This is what happened. It spiked up on that news. Boom. All right. Let's look at the 5 minute. All right. So it was trending, right? Sideways motions pretty much all day, just chopping around, right? And then all of a sudden, we'd literally 46, 77, boom, almost to 48, right? Almost in a matter of like minutes. And as soon as like the information came out from people saying it was false and fake and stuff like that, you get this drop. And now we're kind of getting these waves and stuff like that. I would not be surprised if we get the pop going back up and bringing us back up to the level going into the decision that's supposed to be made tomorrow. So we probably won't get much of a break until the actual decision is made, but it's definitely interesting to go ahead and pay attention to it. If you guys follow my trades or on a TWR, you notice that the LTC pushing up from the average down that or crypto pushed out. We definitely are in this one now. We're almost break even on this trade. So LTC is seeing a little bit of a pump right now, which is good for you crypto lovers. And Dogecoin, we're seeing a little bit of a pop. I love to trade Doge, man. Doge is one of those that anytime you get into the sevens, it's a good thing to go ahead and trade it. What you gotta do is you gotta go in heavy though, because 1 cent, 2 cent makes a difference when you look at it, right? It was seven here. Just imagine buying 100,000 shares of it here at 7.4, right? And then coming out any time around here at 8.1. Okay, that's how you make money with these things. You're not looking for the huge dramatic push like all the way up here. You're not looking for nines and tens. Those will happen, but you're looking for, you're buying 100,000 shares of this, and you're looking for the 1 cent, 2 cent move, and you're making yourself your money off of that. So that's how we trade that, especially with Shiba, man. When you trade Shiba, and you're trading Sheep, basically you're buying like millions, millions off of Sheep and stuff like that. All right, let's get out of crypto. Let's talk about the big boys. Let's do our scanner. All right, so make sure I'm on the right screen. All right, I am. Okay. Just want to make sure I screen. All right. I got these screeners that I already have. Let's go ahead and see what brings up some good thing. Bear pennant, not much. Starbucks, bear pennant. So if you want looking to go short, we talked about Starbucks the other day. I think Starbucks to 90. If you give yourself some time by the end of January, I think Starbucks to 90 is a good play. It's been losing some steam and stuff. So, if you believe in chart patterns and stuff like that, bear pennant on Starbucks may be a decent trade to go ahead. Billy, we talked about that one like a couple weeks ago. What did we say it was going to get to? We said 11, right? Price right there. 1085, guys. Okay. So there's a method to the madness here. Bull pennant. Met BAC, Bank of America. We were talking about that the other day. Financials start the earnings season on Friday, so MGM would be a decent one to go ahead. But any of these right here, MetLife, Bank of America, MGM, these are also ones that you want to probably buy and put into a portfolio for 2024, especially if you're buying portfolios. These are ones that you want some sort of banking, you want some gambling, and you definitely want some sort of insurance type of stuff. And these are all relatively good price and good companies and stuff, in my opinion. And they both got bull pennants, so looking like a short term at least push to the upside. Bear flag. Only one I've really heard of is Fastly. Newell Brands, heard of them, but not interested. Bull flag. Duke. We talked about Duke. We said we have Duke going to 100. We're long Duke, but we pushed that one out into we did leaps on that one out into the middle of 2024. So we're long Duke on that one. We'll wait on that. Crown Castle, that one's been a killer right there. Las Vegas Sands, again, another gambling one. That'd be a good idea to go ahead and hop into something. And if you guys follow Stock Digger put out the Peloton one, and it absolutely flipped as soon as she pushed that out. I ended up getting into it. What I'm doing is on my personal portfolio, every ticker that a Stock Digger is pushing out. And mind you, awesome, some of these people I talk about, they're internal to TWR. You're not going to find them anywhere else on any other platform. Okay, Stock Diggers, one of them is a TWR internal one. I went to war with her in Afghanistan. She's loyal. She's TWR only, and that's exclusive. So a lot of these market warriors and these analysts that I deal with on the platform, they are only TWR because, like I said, man, we started this thing with soldiers, right? We got together, started this thing with soldiers, opened it up to the world, exploded, but I keep my core just like the NCO core, man. I keep my core tight. And some of that is, old battle buddies that are good with money, good with trading, good with investing. But, I got some history with, usually I worked with them or we went to war in Iraq or Afghanistan, something like that. So Stock Digger went to war with her in Afghanistan. Fantastic trader. A huge trader, but it's long term. It's a stock portfolio building for the year. So Peloton was a big trade on there. I'm interested to see what she's going to push out for the rest of this week. But Duke, I like Duke as well. But nothing really on this one. Oh, look at this. Bare Head and Shoulders. This one has a lot of ones. Let's look at this for a little bit. Look at the change. All right. Newell Brands, DraftKings, all right, Target, Toast, CVS. I like that. All right, this one will be something we pay attention. Let's see what the bull Head and Shoulders looks like. 118. Okay. All right, we're gonna focus on the Head and Shoulder. If you guys don't know, the Head and Shoulders pattern is actually statistically the most accurate over time chart pattern there is. So it's one of the staples that you look for. So let's go ahead and look at the Bear Head and Shoulders right now. We're gonna go ahead and create a watch list. I'm gonna All right, Bear Head and Shoulders, right? And then we'll go ahead and do one for the bull. All right. I think we're good. Let's go ahead and start looking at our stocks now. We don't need this big boys one. We don't need that. Let's go ahead and look at the bear first. All right. Remember, we look at things at the bird's eye view approach, okay? Sometimes because if I was doing this and not on a video and stuff, I would be looking out at, the weeklies, not coming to the daily, coming to the 4 hour. But right now we're gonna do the 4 hour because it's basically the best one that we can pay attention to. And we like this one. Newell Brands. When we're looking at a bird's eye view approach, looking out, coming in, we're going to look for things that look like we're potentially breaking out because we're bulls at heart. Okay. This one is talking about bearish stuff. So if we can see an opportunity for the pullback to the downside, we'll definitely look at that one as well. It does look like it's supporting that. We got wicks at the top, right? Hitting certain levels and rejecting, and we got strong pressure to the downside. Volume supports it as well, right? We're a little bit, if we look at our indicators, remember our indicators, we're just using them as confirmation. We don't trade off the indicators. All right. Understand that we don't trade off the indicators. We look at indicators as confirmation. All right. They give us the confirmation of what we're looking at on the main chart makes sense for our trade. So I would say, yeah, this makes sense for trade to the downside. We got some extreme volume here and here. I think the case for a push down to 850 makes sense. If we catch some high volatility to the downside, we could definitely see some, pushes lower and stuff like that. So yeah, I think so. I think that makes sense. Cloudflare, we like this one. Ooh, this one looks good. All right, put this one on your radar. Look what we got here. We got to look. We came out of this consolidation zone. We failed like everything else did last week, right? In this area, right? We found support and now we're breaking back towards our previous line. Typically, especially if we're ready for the move, right? And we find support, we had support here, we found it again. It's time to probably go re-attack this resistance and break out. So I like this one for a push to 90. Cloudflare is one of those that we need to pay attention to. We're going to go ahead and add this to our big boy. So that's how I transition out of it, right? We use the scanners, and then I'm going to put things that I'm interested in to follow up on and look for it. Now I don't see the bearish on this one. I don't know why. It's probably looking out. I don't know why this is bearish. I see a bull, but it might be because they're looking at the day chart on it. But we're just looking at potential moves. DraftKings, yeah, yeah. I see a push to the upside. Just cleaning this up a little bit. I could see the case for the retest of some lower levels. I can absolutely, we're wicking out here, so I can see the test. We're kind of thin on the day uh over here. So I can see the idea for the short call on this one to go retest some of this price action that's here. But I think DraftKings has too much pressure. I'm going against the grain on this one. I'm gonna say we got the bull push to go retest and recheck some of this pressure here. So I like DraftKings to the upside, especially with football season coming to the close and basketball season starting up. Yeah. Yeah. DraftKings long. Shares. Buy DraftKings and shares. This will be a $70 stock sooner than later. Buy yourself some shares now, $34, and double your money in 1 to 2 years maybe. Target. Guys, I just want to remember when I told you guys. All right, we talked about it here. We got to go back a little bit on Target. When Target hit this area here, everyone was like, man, Target, and I was telling people, man, this is the bottom for Target, okay? Target isn't going to be down here for very long, so take advantage. So I ended up buying some shares. All right, I bought 1,000 shares down here. All right, just let this consolidate a little bit, like most people did. They bought shares down here. That's why you had all this sideways movement because it was buying shares and selling shares and stuff like that. And Target is now popping, 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 guys, popping and looking like we want to break out. So I like Target for the push. I think 150 inbound. If we push out a little bit on Target, we push out on Target, you can see we have plenty of areas over here that we can come back into. You can see that plenty of areas back in this area where we come back into. So I like Target for the push. So I did go ahead and go long Target coming out of this breakout right here. Looking like strong want to breakout. We can probably get about the same push here to here as long as we stay bullish. Was that one about a $3-4 push out of this breakout, which would push us about right. $3 to $4 push. Put us about right there. Something like that. Yeah. So I like that one. Target long. Yeah. Target long for sure. In phase. Yeah, in phase is failing. I think in phase probably will reject this area and we'll probably see the push down to downside. I agree with this one. This one's definitely a short opportunity and a pretty decent move. I think you got maybe about a $5 to $10 move to the downside on in phase. So I'd be going short. Toast. Uh, Toast. I bought Toast back when it was $10. So as shares, I don't trade options on it very much. Um, it's most likely going to fail up here at the top. I don't think it's ready to start really trading up in the 20s and holding that area. You've seen it had happened before, but I don't think we're ready. I think we go ahead and hit this area here. We fail it. We come back down. We reestablish our support level, right? Probably a little bit higher. And then we start to go. And then the next time we come back up, will be the break to the upside. So I think we're not ready yet, but I think we're inbound for it. So I think the case for a short toast to about 1825 makes sense. And so I agree with the short case scenario here. Potentially, if we get enough pressure, we could see 17s. But I think once we find that support, then we're gonna look for the breakout on this one coming very soon. Box. Box is one I want you to buy shares on. I like Box. Uh, I think Box is a potential $50 company by the end of the year. Let's look at the analysts. Mixed reviews on it, but we got high targets of 35. I think that would be more in line. I think $50 is a little aggressive, but I definitely it's blew past the lows, right? So I do think that box is a good opportunity for some trades. I think we got some good pressure here when we push out. We're basically sideways moving right now within range, right? And we're just looking for the break to the upside. We've been holding the levels. And so I think we're looking for retests of these previous highs, see if we can hold that level and potentially get our break back into this to fill this gap area here where we had the huge knee-jerk reaction. So I like this one. I like box long. CVS. Uh CVS. Yes. CVS long. Um, I think 85 is inbound here sooner than later. So I would be going CVS long. Give yourself some time when you're looking at CVS. CVS, I like to play options on. When you're looking at CVS, we can go ahead and look at 85. And we don't, volumes. This one has the higher volume, but not a bad volume. You probably get filled on this one. You got a bid ask spread here, so you'd probably come in with a limit, maybe 85, 88. See if you get filled. 5 or 10 contracts and see what's up. You'd probably get filled quicker over here at this one, but I like this one for the push. Potentially 15 March, I bet would have more volume. It does. 210. I wonder what leaps look like. Any volume on leaps? No. Nope. All right, yeah. So people are playing the shorter game with this 119 January. Got some decent push here for 81, 82, but we want to give ourselves some time. I don't like to go just that stuff, especially on these ones. I want to give myself some time on stuff like that. This one's 85. 85 got a lot of volume for the cheapie here. I think that's a little too far out the money given the strike price. Probably want to go about this one. 81 has the volume. So yeah, CVS long. I'd be pushing out as far as you could go. 16 February might look good. Oh, there you go. There's the volume right there. Look. We found it. 85, 16 February. That's the one. That's the one. That's the target. Okay. So remember that one for tomorrow. All right, we're gonna go ahead and put that one in to the big boy. Right. All right. Yeah, I like that one. Suncor. Downtrend on Suncor. Yeah. Looking for the push down. This one's a good one for puts to 30. Yeah. I can see that one. You know what I mean? That one makes sense to me right there. The push to 30. All right, let's go ahead and go into our bull scan. Tired of looking at the bear scan. Bunch of contradiction. DoorDash. Looking like it's wants DoorDash wanting to break out. Okay. DoorDash song. What do we got? How we looking? That don't look too bad. Right there. 105. Yeah, it's not a bad trade. 105, we could do that one. Yeah, we'll put that one in there. I like DoorDash. I like trading DoorDash too. Viking Therapeutics. You guys remember when we used to talk about this about 3 years ago, and it was like a $7 stock or something like that. Viking Therapeutics has some stuff happening. It's coming out of consolidation. Um, but I'd be looking for the pullback here because we're coming out of this range of consolidation, right? Where we got 1745, 20, so $3 move. And so we got 20 to 22. Got a little bit more of a push to the upside, maybe a dollar move, and then we'll probably see the pullback to go start trading in that range to see if we can hold that. So just be careful with Viking Therapeutic. Shares long though. I like it. I like this one. $40 stock on the high end of the analyst ratings. This one's a good one. Shop. Yep. Shop. Shop looks really good right now. Like this one for the push. Where's the volume? Here it is. I think the case can be made if we give ourselves enough time for 85 to shop. Um, we pushed pretty decently here, 71. So within since the 3rd of January, so within like a week almost, we pushed $10. I think given on a breakout to the upside, a $4 or $5 move makes sense. So yeah, shop is a good one. We'll go ahead and add that one. And one more. DAO looks ripe for a breakout. UAL looks okay. Pinterest. Yeah, Pinterest looks good for a breakout. Look at this. Look at this chart. We like this one. Look at this. Let's go ahead and clean this one up. We like this one. Look at this. This is nice. Look at this, almost to the T, cup and handle. Cup, handle. And we're looking for the breakout, okay? Typically, again, right? You see the breakout. A decent breakout will be from the period of the last break. So you can kind of see we have potential here. Or if we didn't just put, and we're just eyeballing, right? We're just eyeballing. But we got 34 to 38, so $4 move to the upside potentially. Well, off of this break here. So yeah, I like Pinterest. We got about a $2 to $4 move. So yeah, this would be one we'll pay attention to as well. All right, let's go ahead and see what else we got in this list, just to make sure we're covering things. Southwest Airlines looks decent for a break to the upside after that dip that we had. Kroger's a mess. Probably be chop city for a little bit. General Mills, that actually looks like it wants to go to the downside. I'd be going puts General Mills. Albertson. Now Albertson's interesting because Albertson's connected to Kroger's. I'd be buying short shares of Albertson because it's connected to Kroger's. While Kroger's is trying to buy out the Albertson, you know, areas and stuff like that. Albertsons, will probably gain. You can see you can see it's slow and steady, but it's a decent gainer. I mean, we're over here 20s, and now we're pushing into the 23s. So this one's looking for a potential break out of this consolidation. You're already seeing it kind of get the megaphone type of thing happening, right? Where you're broadening out. Eventually, it's going to hit the point to where we're going to break. And typically, specifically with this particular stock, when you're on the upswing, it usually will break to the upside. So this will be interesting to watch this one as well. So yeah, and we're definitely trading within some chop suey range with some high dips and high rips. Square. Mm. I don't know about this one. I'm a little disappointed in Square. I was long Square, and I'm a little hurt because I was long Square, and then it did this thing here, and it just jacked my world up, man. So I don't know about this one. When you see charts like this, I mean, this was rolling, man. It was rolling. And then you get this huge knee-jerk reaction. Now, this could be we're holding support over here, which is great. You know what I mean? I got no reason to think that we're going to not hold this area. So the likelihood of us having that bounce from this to eventually coming back up to this previous level, yeah, high probability. But we got a little cup, we got a handle starting to grow. So I am long this one, idea wise, but this one just hurt my feelings. So I'm a little I don't like to trade stocks when I'm emotionally tied to it. But I'll trade this one. If the trade comes in, I'll trade this one. Little bastard. I'm gonna put it in there just because it's a good one to trade. Triple M looking like we want to go ahead and start reestablishing some of those upper levels. Chart looks good, man. Chart looks good. Got to give Triple M some time, but chart looks really good for continuation. We're starting to converge on our moving averages, which means we're going to make a decision. Most likely, we could see the pullback a little bit. Yeah, cool down period. Just be an opportunity to go ahead and start dollar cost averaging in the shares long. But I'd be going long Triple M for sure. Carnival, man, I told you guys. Told you guys. Oh, look, and they even hit our level. Even hit our level. I told you it comes out of consolidation zone. It loves to come back and dip. Okay. We're looking for the rip now. That now that we found our support and we came out, but it hit our areas where we were looking at. We knew this was going to happen. Carnival is notorious for doing this. So it definitely did that. We got a nice, shallow cup with the handle or a deep cup with handle, and we're looking for the break to the upside to go reestablish this 50-day moving average that we have here. So yeah, bullish here. I think we got the push to 18s. Yeah. Roblox, like it. Had to dip. I think it's time we're kind of getting a sideways M thing going on here, consolidating here. I think we come out of consolidation, and we probably go to start retesting. When is their earnings? 55 statistics. Got some heavy puts at that 37. But we got that 42.5. I got some decent, more definitely heavier calls than puts. Okay. Yeah, I'd be looking at this one. This one is one of those we'd want to go ahead and probably start to set triggers because we could easily slide before we rip. We'd want to go ahead and start triggers. We want to go off of our levels here. So meat and potatoes. Go ahead and put the top trigger 42.86. Bottom trigger, remember, I want meat and potatoes, right? I want price action. but I don't want to just come off of the wicks. Okay, I need at least some candlesticks or some near candlesticks. This one's a good one because we got near candlesticks here, we got price action here, everything's in line. This one's good too. A lot of price action with full thickness candlesticks with a lot of price action over here as well. So we're looking at 4150s, breaking that below that. We're probably going to go puts, right, towards 40. We start to break 42.86, right? We could even be a little more cautious or a little more aggressive and go 42.75, bring it down just a little bit. We're looking for calls long. All right, so we get some triggers on our Roblox. Roblox is one that I like. Go ahead and add that to the list. No. McDonald's is good for a nice trade. McDonald's looks primed for a nice push to the upside. McDonald's is good for some easy money first thing in the morning. When you look at McDonald's, look. All right. When you look at McDonald's, follow the trend on McDonald's, and McDonald's is usually good. McDonald's follows trend very well. So if things are kind of bullish, McDonald's and you start to notice kind of a bullish trend on McDonald's is going to follow the trend. You start to see it kind of rising, and you start to get some decent moves. Okay, start to ride McDonald's. It does it all the time. This one was kind of choppy at the beginning, but that's okay. But once it started getting its steam with its moving averages, it kept going up. So it's a good trade. McDonald's can make some decent money. I mean, look at this. We're at 288 to 291. I mean, that's a $3 move there. Where we at? Open up at 291, 288. I mean, it likes to trade in that range. Okay, so yeah, pay attention to McDonald's. Excuse me. Sorry. Yeah, so we like McDonald's for trades. McDonald's looks like it's probably bullish to the upside. All right. We're gonna finish up here. Nike. I'm a Nike fan. We're finding support down here. I like Nike for the break to the upside. Teledoc, buy shares. Looking like we want to break to the upside. I think $25 is inbound on Teledoc. Ooh, Twillo. Twillo looking okay. We got a cut forming. The handle's starting to form. Could go reestablish those upper 70s. So keep this one on your radar. Just be something we'll pay attention to. Not really going to focus on it tomorrow's market, but this is one. If you start to see the volume come in, don't be afraid to take the trade. PayPal, we're watching PayPal. We're watching PayPal. This wick here, just getting some attention. Okay. Definitely came back, shot back, but this wick here, we're getting some attention, all right? So we're paying attention to PayPal tomorrow, looking for the break. Okay. 65 is the target on PayPal. Long Boeing. Ooh, Boeing, man, came out of this consolidation zone. Put City, baby. Put City. Made money here with puts. I didn't catch this. I didn't catch this gap down. We made money here, but I missed this gap down, which I wish I would have. And the funny thing is too, right, is that our puts, they're pushed out until 12 January. But we went ahead and secured over here in this area because we had made money. We were like, oh, we're gonna find support, and we did find support, right? Even popped up, but then boom, right? All that that news trumps TA every time, right? Every time. So we'll probably find support here. I wouldn't be surprised if BA continues to slide a little bit. Potentially where we're at 225, 220, probably by the end of this whole thing, everything going on. BLO. Energy's been sucking lately, man. I love one of my stocks I love to trade is XOM, and XOM has absolutely been terrible, man. Just absolutely terrible. VLO, short. Looks terrible. I'd be shorting this one. We came out of some choppy stuff. Unless we get some sort of news about oil and stuff. Probably best thing to go ahead and just um short trade. Um Oil look like it want to come down a little bit. Snap looks okay for to push the upside, guys. $20 inbound on Snap. Give yourself some time. Look at these. Give yourself some time. 15 March, $20 right here, right here. You can do the 80, yeah, but look, $20 on March, $100. Okay, options. 21, 80. But give yourself some time. Pushing out 15 March is nothing, okay? If you got $1,000 just lying around, I say just lying around, but to trade and invest, right? Make an investment. Buy yourself 10 contracts of this. Buy yourself 10 contracts of this. Set a stop loss of 75, right? So that you preserve your capital just in case, right? Or take that thousand, buy five, look for it. And if the volume holds, and even if it dips a little bit, it drops to 75, look for a potential average down on it. But yeah, snap long. This one right here, 15 March, is a good one. Look at that. Gold. Oops. We like gold. Go towards 20. Coming out of this area here. I like to push the gold towards 20. Rivian. I got a feeling Rivian's probably going to drip a little bit more to the downside coming off of this. We're kind of hitting that inverse cup and handle. We probably got another rip to the downside. Probably going to see 17s here soon. Hood looking like it wants to break to the upside. Probably be a $15 stock here sooner than later. It's a good one to go ahead and buy shares of. And what we got? We talked about Las Vegas Sands. Good one. Crocs. Crocs looks like it's Crocs could be a good one to go ahead and look for a break to the upside. We had that one. You can see it here. It broke, right? But then you got this healthy pullback, pushing it back from what 104 back to 100. If we can hold, right, and hold this area, I'd like for this to probably break and we could see another push for about another $5-10 to the upside. Yep. Wolf, we look like we're starting to form that H pattern, guys. Probably a good opportunity for some shorts. What do I mean by that H pattern? So here, right? Here, right? And then we got the okay. That's typically what you're gonna see. H pattern. You'll have this, you'll kind of have that push, and then you'll have the H to the downside. So we're looking for probably another one leg to two leg strategy to the downside on Wolf. So just be careful going long on it. I'd be going short. And Unity, probably got another dip to the downside on Unity as well. 32. Probably covered this. 32, 33. All right. All right, guys. Hey, that's about everything I got for the stocks. That's all we're gonna do on the stocks. I gave you a whole bunch of charts, different strategies, a couple things I'm looking into. Let's look at our watch list real quick. Um, so here's our watch list of what we're looking at for tomorrow. This is the trades I'm looking at right here. You guys can see it right there on the thing. Obviously I'll do another scan in the morning. If some things trade, you always know I'm looking at the SPY, the Q, and the IWMs as well, plus Tesla and the big boys. You know, the Sweet 16 I'm always looking at, but these ones right here too, these ones came, they look good on the chart. We also got our penny stock ideas. All right, don't forget about that. You can pause this and look at this as well and pay attention to this. I'll be pushing this out in the platforms as well in the morning. So if you're part of the TWR Market Warrior Nation, you know, you'll see these. If you're not, hey, click the links. Come join the team, man. Guys, come join the team. Be part of the Market Warriors, man. We want you over there. All right, that's it for the main video. I'm gonna go ahead and share a few things with you right now. Don't forget, here's our upgrade. All right, we got the penny stocks, text message, we got the basic Discord, instant message, pro, the Discord Elite. Okay, this is the all encompass, man. This is the one-stop shop, everything. All right. And remember, as always, if you're ready, follow me. Let's go to war. If you guys want to stay and for a little bit longer and see some of the things I got planned and some notes and stuff, then by all means go ahead. But other than that, the main video is done. Let's go out there and make some money. All right, for those of you that are still with me, I want to show you my shop. Okay, 15% off. All right, use this coupon code if you go to the shop. The link's in the description. All right, Traders War Room, man. Can put this on anything. All right. I just bought a whole bunch of stuff, guys. Bought a whole bunch of stuff. I did have an issue with this beanie hat, okay? So I ended up getting a beanie hat, and this is a baby cap, but that's okay. But I ended up getting a beanie hat, and it was huge on one of the clients, and they actually were like, man, this is huge and stuff like that. Can you get this in any different sizes and things? And so I sent them a message and had them work on getting some sizes for the beanies. So coming soon, we're gonna have different sizes and beanies and stuff like that. So definitely paying attention. Champion t-shirts, hoodies, like it, colors. I got me a couple different hoodies coming, couple different ones. Champion hoodie. That's the one. Got that one. Love that one. Their sweatshirts. Bunch of different things, man. Um, Caps and hats. Bucket hat. I bought this one just because you gotta but show love and gotta buy something. So when I get the stuff in, we're definitely gonna pay attention. Tote bags, backpacks, got all sorts of stuff, man. Having fun with this thing. Home living, aprons, plush toys, right? Mugs and coffee stuff, pillowcases. Got something for everyone over there. All right. Also, don't forget to pay attention and check out our website. We got a lot of stuff going on, different things, upcoming classes, the different platforms, mentoring, one-on-one mentoring. Guys, we're picking back up in steam. People are starting to book out on their one-on-one mentoring. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely hit us up because we're starting to book out about 2 weeks in advance. Okay. So all you got to do is you come to the website, traderswarm.com, come over here to the mentoring, right? Initial be $70, a follow up 50, and you can get a mini session for 40. And the mini sessions we can do multiple ways. We can do it via the TWR business line, or we can do it Zoom and stuff like that. So it's up to you really, but definitely come check it out. And don't forget about our university. We're updating our curriculum right now. Currently, we have two. We got the options trading 101 and the charting and levels 101. We're going to be adding the penny stock trading 101, and we're going to add an additional options trading 201. We haven't decided 105 or 201, but it's going to be an intermediate. We're going from the fundamentals up to the intermediate side of the house, and then we're going to add a crypto university course as well. So got a whole bunch for you guys in store. So hope to see a whole bunch of you guys on the platform. All right, guys, that's all I got for you tonight. Thank you for coming out with me and join the Tweaky Tuesday video. Got a lot of charts, a lot of good information. And don't forget to check out some of our stuff on the TWR trading and investing platforms, guys. We'll see you out there, guys. Take care. And as always, if you're ready, Follow me. Let's go to war. All right, team, that's a wrap. Check out TWR's platform and come get some. Remember, scared money don't make money. You got to have a plan and a strategy. Got to be able to control your emotions. Stay calm, cool, and collected. And as always, if you're ready, follow me and let's go to war.
In the traders war room, warring with the market every day. We on Zoom. Never gonna quit, ain't no way we gonna lose. I done made a profit and it's way before noon. Way to go, dude, come and learn how to trade stocks. We rentless with the attack when this thing pop. We market warriors and we can share the same pot. I woke up and went to war in my tank top. Thanks, Pops, he an analyst, a veteran. And we ain't hating on them other dudes, we better than. I was down and then I learned about leveraging. And after that, I ain't never went red again. Green, right? It ain't bad, it just seemed like something wrong with you if you say we ain't tight. Get in and get out before you think twice. Let's have a toast, you bring the drinks and I'll bring ice. Defeat's nice in the traders war room. What you wanna do in the traders war room?